Does this sound familiar? You make profits for 2 weeks and then everything goes south. You start losing that profits to the market and eventually you blow your account. It seems like you can never make profits and continue to keep that profit in your account. If this is familiar to you, then there are two things that you need to do to fix this situation and consistently maintain profits in your account. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let's do this. Number one is strategy. Here's the thing. Most people lose money to the markets not because they don't know how to trade, but they take too many unnecessary trades that are outside of the strategy, which ends up killing the gains that you have just made. And so the most important thing is understanding your strategy. The first thing is understanding where the market is headed. And you use only one strategy to tell you where the trend is going. Number two is using only one time frame to identify your levels, and then you can use other time frames to get in, but the levels you use only one specific time frame. Number three is a very specific entry and exit criteria, which I will show you mine, and you can steal that because it's very effective. And then lastly is all these things need to be rule based, no emotion. So how exactly do we implement these rules in our strategy in the first place? Now, I use the failed breakout to tell me where the market is headed the next day. So that is my higher time frame bias. How do I do this? So the market will always move in a cycle. And if this is US 100, and if we look at what is happening here, it's very easy to know whether to buy or sell using the Monday sets the low and the high of the week, like that. Then on Tuesday, price breaks out and then closes back inside of the range. So this is the close of the day and it closes inside of the high and the low, which is a sell signal for the next day. Now, the next day we had some news and everything was all fucked up. But then again, price broke out again of the high of the week and closed back inside of the range, which means look for opportunities to sell the next day. And boom, we had this massive sell-off yesterday. And then again, price broke out and closed back inside of the range, meaning even today we are looking for opportunities to sell. Now, this is the London session, and my session begins at 3 a.m. New York time. So it's exactly 3:01. So this is the beginning of my timing window. So I am looking to sell. So what exactly is my process? This is very important because now you see me analyze the markets prior to me seeing the results. All right. So what we see price is creating an uptrend. And this is exactly what we want to see. If we want to sell, we want there to be an uptrend so that we have a range where we can target. That is the first thing in mind. Know where your target is before you even get into a trade. So we see that price is creating higher highs and higher lows. Like basically a typical uptrend. And it's okay because our interest, the first step we do is identify our high and our low of the day. So highest point, lowest point price has reached. That is your high, that is your low. No argument there. And then we also identify, and this is very important. So keep in mind, price if price is creating higher highs, it creates one low, breaks higher, one low, breaks higher. But in some cases, price will create a low, then come back to that low before going higher. And what do we see happen here? We see price gave us one low here and then one low here before coming back to that level. So we have this first low, second low before price going in that direction. So this means that this is our level here. And then up here again, we have this low that price comes back to later. So we have another level there. So So once I identify the high and the low and my levels, all I have to do now is wait for price to break below my level. So all this is on the 15-minute time frame. So now I have a very clear, and so now it's very clear what I need to do. I just need to wait for the breakout. And then where would be my target? So I could target this level. I could also target the low of the day. It doesn't matter. For me, I prefer taking a 1 to 2, regardless of where it is in the range. Simple. Now, this is a game of probability, and there is no specific trade that has a 100% guarantee that it will work out. And this is where now the big mistake comes in. You put on a big size on an individual trade that looks very good, and then it does not work out. So you find that you cut a big chunk of your gains by just being greedy and wanting to over risk on certain trades that look quote unquote the best. And so there are no setups that get more money than others. That way, you have a consistent improvement as time progresses, because this is a game of compounding. So basically, to stop yourself from giving back the profits to the market, you need a specific strategy, and then you need to manage your risk effectively. So, announcement. On Saturday, 5 slots will open for the next week's mentorship classes. So, check out the link in the description to join the waiting list. If you got value from today's video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.